Welcome back to Play Index 101. This is another part of our look at the Baseball Reference Play Index. If you haven't seen them already, make sure to watch the previous Play Index 101 videos for important background information before jumping into this one. Without further ado, let's pick back up with our tutorial on the most powerful baseball research tool on the web. The next tool I want to mention is the Event Finder. The Event Finder is a tool that allows you to search Baseball Reference's extensive historic play-by-play database in order to find individual plays that match a given set of criteria. In English, this is how you can find specific plate appearances. Here's how it works. First, go to the Event Finder page and select the kind of play you want to find, the year or range of years you want to search, and the team you want to look up. Once you do that, you'll have a list of plays, but above it will be several tables with additional filters. You can search for plays by inning, score, position of the hitter, hit location, and more. There's also a few preset options like walk-offs and go-ahead plays. To put it together, if you want to know the last time a Cubs right fielder hit a walk-off, or see every second inning triple play in our database, this is the tool you would use to do it. It'll even give you a combined stat line for every play that comes up in the Event Finder query. Because of the number of plays in our database, running searches in the Event Finder can take a while. And if you pick a huge data set, either with a broad year range, all teams, or a common play type like plate appearance, it might time out. So if you're going to run a search like that, my advice is to start with a smaller, perhaps unrelated search. For example, if I was looking for every walk-off home run by a catcher, I would start from the main screen by running a search for something like triples in 1 year, even though that's totally unrelated to what I'm looking for. Once that list came up, I would select the filters I want, catcher, walk-off, and reset the year to include all years and the play type to be home run. Then I would rerun the search and get the results I'm looking for. The list of plays will display in chronological order by default, but you can click on the column headers to resort it by any of the categories, which can come in handy if you want to see something like the highest leverage play rather than the most recent one. Those are the main play index tools, but there are a few other ones that I'd like to go over. These may be smaller in scope, but they're just as useful if you know what they can do. One is the innings summary. In this tool, you can select a team in a year and see a breakdown of that team's results by innings. If you're looking for things like runs scored in the 5th or leads lost in the 8th, this is the tool for you. Similarly, if you want to see a team's stats in a particular batting order position or against that spot in the order, you could obviously use the split finder, but there's another faster way to find that information, the batting order position tool. Just pick your team and spot in the order, and you'll get all the team's hitting stats, as well as a detailed report on each player to hit in that spot in the order. Situational Records is a search tool that allows you to look up won-loss records and run differentials across all games or across games that meet certain criteria. If you think a team may be challenging for the best record in one-run games or the worst run differential at home, you can double-check that in here. Streaks is a little different from the Streak Finder in that it only looks at game results. If a team is really hot over a particular number of games, you can see how it compares to their all-time best stretches of the same length. Note that in this tool, you can do all teams or all seasons, but not both. That means this tool is best for searches like the most runs scored in any 20-game stretch by the Yankees or last season's worst 30-game streak. Head-to-head record lets you research the history of any MLB matchup. As every baseball fan knows, a player's stat line is somewhat dependent on context. Pitchers in the dead ball era had lower ERAs than pitchers today, and a hitter in Coors Field will end up with more homers than one in Petco. The neutralized stats finders are a fun way to experiment with this. You can pick any year, league, or ballpark and see what a player's career or single season stat line would have been if they were in that run environment. For example, if Barry Bonds played his entire career in the run environment of Coors Field in 2000, he'd have hit over 900 home runs. Lastly, in addition to finding all these tools on the main Play Index page, each player has their own set of Play Index tools. Hover over Advanced Stats and Finders on any player page to see the options. In addition to the ones we've already gone over, there's one extra one that can only be found on player pages, batter versus pitcher. With this, you can see a hitter or pitcher's stats against everyone that they faced. So that wraps up our look at the Baseball Reference Play Index. As you can see, this is truly the most powerful resource for researching baseball stats on the web. If you have any other questions, feel free to send us an email or hit us up on social media. And don't forget to watch our other videos, which will teach you more ways of getting the most out of all of our websites. Thanks, and we'll see you next time.